So we know I will briefly walk you through what is Ansible and why it is used before getting into the AI activity. So therefore, it is in Ansible. I think you have a simple use case. I could say our Ansible use logic. So imagine you are an ops person. I think your environment is small to start with. You have 6 servers, manufacturing, database, proxy, everything is done manually. All the CRM applications you log it, all the information is in the basket. So things are working fine. But soon you realize that they will start with both often. There are multiple requirements changing, performance problems, so there is high traffic. And soon you will realize that your infrastructure has gone from 6 servers to 50 of circuits. And that's when you realize that everything seems to be falling apart, everything is moving. So this is where Ansible comes to rescue and others. So what is this? It is a simple, powerful, and user-based tool. Ansible uses, so it is not a basket or it doesn't require loop like it has one loop. It uses easy to understand YAML syntax, wherein you can define set of instructions from top to bottom in a single field. It is powerful because it follows a plugin ecosystem. You can have your integrations. Any endpoint that has an API, Ansible can basically talk to it by adding different volumes. So I know what gives are connected data science. Then it is agent-less. So Ansible needs to be installed only on the control loop. Then most of them is required to install on the package. So this is very all things features of Ansible, and it makes deploying Ansible one more easier. It can be used to automate your daily tasks. It can be used to do configuration management and scale to large environments. And it can be used for provisioning and deployment capabilities of hybrid cloud, multi-cloud, on-web, and various other deployments. So all the users basically they put to the engine that runs on the controller is a playbook. Ansible playbook is set of instructions I mentioned earlier. Then within the engine there is an inventory file. So inventory file is a list of information of the host that you want to manage via Ansible. This inventory you can put, it can be either a static inventory or it can be a dynamic inventory. You can integrate that with your existing scalability or with a public or private. Then there are modules. Modules are mainly Python files that does the heavy lifting of the things. Then there are APIs to connect to the remote machine, and there are plugins to extend the capabilities of Ansible. So Ansible can talk to any infra or any instance that is hosted on a public cloud or with your Linux server. It's that is hosted on-prem or your networking device. So this slide explains the earlier workflow in bit more detail. So creating interfaces with inventory, it interfaces with modules, and based on the connection type that user has selected, there are multiple types of connection plugins that are Ansible supports. The default is SSH. Then based on the connection type, it connects to the corresponding devices, copies the module onto the remote machine that executes the automation. That is the case of the Linux environment. The rest is discontinuous. So as I mentioned, any endpoint, any managed node that has an API, Ansible can talk to. That is the reason why Ansible can talk to wide variety of your devices that are within your infrastructure. It can connect to edge, networking, security, cloud, infrastructure, and so on. There are thousands of modules for Ansible for all these integrations. You can find out in Galaxy and the robust are in place. So I mentioned our playbook.
You're going to get everything.
So this is a very simple playbook. How it looks like. This is YAML syntax. Standard here is play. It's called a play. This is a play. Or play can have multiple plays. Then this start here is what the description of what this particular playbook is. In this case, we want to manage a record server. The post is where the inventory information is mentioned. So right now I have no static inventory. If you see the configuration file, the Ansible configuration file I have mentioned, an inventory point to a static file, and within my static file, I define what I can paste within that only. So the server is equal. This is my work host. So this single methodology that is there. Need a request. Apart from that, I don't want to gather any facts. So when Ansible first starts executing, it tries to fetch certain facts from the reverse. Like what is the literary, what is the CPU, the definition from the report. So I don't want to do that. I want to install something on the report machine. I need to set privilege application. That's all. Pick up, go with it. Then tasks, and then there's list of actions that we want to perform. So in this case, I want to install an HTTP package. That's why I'm using a package module. And the state is present. So behind this is what is called as a task. And behind this, there is Python file that actually just takes this arguments, takes the current string of the device from the report machine and matches with what is given in the task. That is not the case that is there is just in possibilities. If we go and then execute this particular then the next thing is I'm using a service task, which can start the HTTP service. And the way to run this would be, so again, there are group bars and host bars. So I have mentioned my credentials here, the person and user SSH, user type is the name of the user, and user key is authentication to log into the server. Environment. Actually, but this tree, by command line, so you use this so it starts executing the HTTP service storage service task. It checks whether service is already installed. Since it is already installed right now, especially takes time that I have already installed it. So there is no change for this task. And then the next task, the since the service was stopped, it identifies that the desired state is started. Whenever the service was stopped in my report machine, it goes and changes that. That's why you can see that one task has been changed. Now, when this playbook again, there shouldn't be any changes because my configuration, the desired configuration is met and there is no changes that way. So, as well as here, I reported in pictures. So right now, you'll see there are no changes that are up in the with this introduction, as you can see, Ansible requires some form of learning. If you start automating, you need to understand some of the Ansible syntax and semantics. So yeah, when you start writing your automation, you might start with simple playbooks, one or two playbooks. But as your automation goes, as the endpoints that Ansible talks to goes, the automation starts becoming more complex. And if we believe that to get the most out of automation, it needs to be driven at enterprise. That involves multiple teams working together to create automation. And the automation should be such that it can be used, it can be scaled, and it comes from trusted and integrated process. However, to achieve that kind of level of automation, automation developer requires knowledge of multiple domains, and it takes a lot of time to build those pipelines. And to solve this problem, Red Hat partnered with IBM to bring certainty React to Ansible. The goal was simple here. We wanted to bring the power of AI, the Ansible code experience, make the experience of writing Ansible a lot more easier. Then address the growing automation skill gap by making Ansible more accessible. And as automation developers that already know Ansible, they can make use of this AI to write more efficient code that is in line with best practices defined by Ansible for years. So within Ansible automation platform, there are multiple stages of automation. The first stage obviously you create your automation and then you deploy it. So next step is manage. So you use automation controller to run these playbooks, while you write workflow, the test and all that. And then there is scale. You want to scale it across multiple locations and ensure that automation is active as well. So within the create component is what we have come up with Ansible Lightspeed that helps you create Ansible automation faster. So this Ansible Lightspeed has basically three main components. First is a generative AI. This is the model that is being provided by IBM Watson code assistant. This model, it has 20 key parameters and it is trained on Ansible specific data. that is downloaded from Galaxy, and other sources that are from high quality. I mean, you can say that these Ansible code represent the high quality Ansible code. Then there is an integrated service, the Lightspeed service that connects your model to a user interface. The user interface here is a VS Code extension for Ansible. We'll show that in detail. From VS Code extension, from Ansible VS Code extension, you run the virtually static Ansible code. The point is being sent to the Lightspeed service. And there's some kind of pre and post processing, and then objects sent to the code assistant for processing. Based on the context, it triggers the response with possible completions for that task, and then it is rendered in the VS Code extension. So this is a high-level architecture diagram of this as three units. Automation development logs into VS Code, authenticates with the service, so like all RTLs, other parts. After the authentication is successful, as they write the code and trigger the completion, the completion request is sent to the Lightspeed service. From this, the payload for this completion request is the context of the file, that is all the content before the customer completion of the file is sent to a completion request. The next step is PI report. So the service checks whether there is any PI reports where it gets voted about the context. If that is there, it removes that. Then it moves on to the prompt clean pipeline. So it tries to ensure that the spacing, YAML integration is right, and lots of other things there. After that is done, the context is sent to the model server. From model server, there is an inferencing based on the context and provides the response. So response again, there within training data, there might be cases where PI information might have been present in the training data. There might be a probability or some chances that PI information might be available in the response that. So we again pass that to PI report pipeline, and after that we pass it to the post processing. So within post processing step, we check whether the suggestion provided by the model adheres to the best practices. If that's not the case, we do some post processing on the suggestion and try to do that quality of the suggestion and make it more contextual, make it more aware of the context in which the potential error is actually there. Once that is done, it sends a completion request and back to the VS Code input. So then there is content matching. We'll show that demo. So within the automation code lifecycle, there is three steps. Create. You create the pattern, then you adopt it within your organization, and then within all that, you maintain it. Different developers start working on that repository, and it goes to code review and all those procedures. So with our create step, should be again. Yes, usually. So I have installed the Ansible extension that is published from based on marketplace. And in the statics, if you like Ansible, you will see all the settings that are related to Ansible. Within the Lightspeed setting, you can enable the Lightspeed setting. This is the default base URL of the service. And then the next setting is to enable the Lightspeed setting. Once that is done, you can basically go in the Ansible Explorer window and try to service. So this redirects me to the page URL, ask for authentication parameters. Then you log in with Red Hat. So to use this service, you need a Red Hat subscription. I log in. You can see that the user type is license, and I am the administrator on this organization. So when I log in as an registered user, I get some additional parameters. There are multiple activities that leads to the setup. So since I'm connecting to see this active token, but if you are a user within the organization, you won't be able to see this dashboard. So within the dashboard, the first step is configure IBM Cloud Key, VDI Cloud Key. So to use this service, you need to have a term or some solution for IBM Cloud storage where you would want to step for your transition. That will put get to the IBM Cloud Key, and then the model ID that is specific, that will be specific for your you need to key these two informations and pass it. This is for one-time use. Because that is when we can start developing code here. Just to showcase some of the use cases for Lightspeed, I have written a table for the thing. So we again post and all application. With a task, let's start again doing something. So first step is I want to go and install the Postgres server. When I'm going to enter, it will type the Lightspeed service, set the context, and then it will show some solution. I can enable this solution and decide to accept it or reject it. So if I press that, the suggestion will be accepted. So this looks good. There is no change that is required to be done. But this was single generation. I can also do multi-task generation. So it is comment. We can mention 2 or 3 tasks that I work with at one with. So if you separate it, then after that, the service will apply to identify if you want to do multiple tasks in your way. In this case, I will install the Postgres config, start the service, and allow the traffic of the firewall. Traffic will be the firewall. So again, the context is sent to the server service here. It written some content. It has some list of tasks that we need to execute on the. There might be some changes required to this. So we just go and hit enter. So the service start the service. This looks like, and the firewall task also that is here is connected. And then the last task is to create a content container using the PC container variable. So this variable I have defined in my context, and if I try to hit enter now, the hope is that the task that is written will use a variable that is defined in my context. So yeah, as you can see, it uses the content container result type task, and then it is using the content container variable, the name. So this is the Java syntax that is used in Ansible, the same of variables. So it is using the name variable here. It will be creating a PC variable. So yeah, this was about task generation. And the next thing I talked about was content mapping. So what we plan to provide is when the solution comes from the service, we plan to provide the user with information as what are the possible sources for this solution. So that user can take a call whether this solution is coming from a trusted source or it is being that source to this. To give that, just to make it very useful. So this will open for Ansible. It will show the solution. So since the last task was the pre-format container, it basically use this as an input to get the metrics, get the metric matches. So the possible now 3 possible sources of this solution would be from these 3 events. So this tells you on which URL the Ganesh URL that is belongs to the license, this code, how closely this solution matches in the origin, and so on the state is remove map slides, right? So I covered the period ID with the whole, and then this is the layered part. If your organization is using Ansible, there are Ansible playbooks that are written over the period of time. In that case, you can use that knowledge and basically provide creating the body. I use IBM Watson model training studio. So you take the Ansible method within your organization and upload it to the training studio. It will generate a customized model for your own use case, and that model you can use further for inference. The context was mashing. I just will demo the most specific capabilities. Is like it ensures that the task is just fully qualified connection team and so on. So there is something called as Ansible code bot as well. So if you have a legacy Ansible content that is written position, you want to ensure that it adheres to the best practice in a recent standard within the Ansible community. You can leverage something called as Ansible code bot. I think keep walking to the demo. So this is the GitHub app where the Ansible code bot is present. You just have to go and install that. Install it on get the registers. You can either select all the repositories or a single repository. So I select a single repository for times. Sure. Yeah. So the registration goes to the click here, it will see the dashboard. It will show what all of the repositories just code, what is eligible, how many is this code, what has done. And so let's see the code one is installed on that single repository, and I can do a macro scan right now. When I hit this, it will start a macro scan. And it will scan the repository, it will run some dashboard puts on top of that, and it will go and raise a pull request on this particular directory. So yeah, the pull request is raised here, and you can then basically go and make the changes in here, and if they work right, and if the CI is passing, that is go ahead and publish the tool. So this basically there is an automated way of actually the Ansible code is updated to the latest best practices. So within Active Dashboard, you can see company solutions for accepting digital technology. That kind of information, what are the modules that is listed by web already, what are the secondary score, whether even users have likely or like which service and all. All that kind of information that is seen in the Active Dashboard. So the benefits of using the service, as I said, for automation OSs, they don't have the learning for Ansible syntax is reduced. They can quickly start writing applications. It helps ensure that the content adheres to the best practices. It boosts skill confidence, skill development, and expertise. For people who are already developing the application, it enhances their productivity. They can write Ansible playbook much better, faster. So automation SMEs, these are the people who actually Python knowledge, everyone's job, Ansible content to log more more. These SMEs can use their knowledge to train the model and make it more reliable and more better to suit various needs of organizations. And so on automation operations, since they want to take this automation and deploy in their installations, since it's also trusted sources, it's reliable, it makes the life of automation operators a lot more easier. So there was some of the pilot projects that we did this. So IBM was one of the first customers, and when they use this service, they realized that the time for developing Ansible tables was reduced by 50%. And more than 60% of the tables were developed using the Lightspeed service. So we, as part of tech team, we had collected certain telemetry data, and on telemetry data, we had done some offline analysis. And we tried to figure out from the accepted solution, when you accept the solution, that doesn't mean that is the best solution to that. You might have to get this sense. Okay, so the quality of the solution, identify the quality of the solution, we get some additional analysis on top of that. And then we figured out that of the accepted solution, almost 60% of the solutions they will move it. So that means that user didn't have to edit anything on within the suggestion, and it worked right out of the box. There were some minor edits for 20%. Major edits like they changed most of the tasks, the values and keys and so on. And then 70% was deleted and 48% was changed the mode. So as you can see, it is not a perfect AI, but it performs better than some of the other AIs that are. So we published a paper after on that on the performance of this the Lightspeed service with other AI device, and the results were quite promising of it. To accept the use, it accept text rates. About 48.6% of the people were used to accept, whereas they use C or Copilot. So for Copilot, since it is not highly trained for Ansible, we take down other languages on which it might have trained better. Even in those cases, we figure out that from Ansible had better results. Respond on very full map. So right now we are supporting just ask the questions in the task multi-pass. Going forward, for the two time frame, we get a full training generation. So user can go wrong, and then the return would be asking that whether the from that is defined. How that's the model is like so the steps. So basically, user knows it wrong. The model will cover its plan. Can you want to do these tasks? And if user okay is that it will go to the next step and generate the entire table. So this is data generation. Right now we have content matching multi-task and roles quickly. In your term, we have a full payment generation and many customers are asking for on payments requirement because they don't want to get their data to use the infrastructure. So that is not the most used and I asked feature right now. In long term, we want to do content discovery. So trying to identify and arrange the content, which content is better. So that content discussion, something expression and so on. But based on the feedback for support new user interfaces, so they are Ansible as something called as Ansible at his own syntax. So we would be also scaffolding or generating this called tools. These are the next steps. You can go to development on a written form to try this service was happening. If there are questions, ask me now.